Welcome back to Churchill Downs. It is a better day than what we had yesterday as we are approaching Kentucky Derby 150, and of course, that means we have to give our picks. I'm joined here with Mike Hartnett, Dusty Baker. We got 20 horses with an opportunity, but you seem to be pretty confident in your picks here.
Been trying to talk Dusty Baker into that horse, and I think he might be coming around. So let's get over to Dusty for a little more analysis on a horse that you might be considering when you open the program today. Hey, Dusty.
Hey, John. So Brad Cox and Flavien Prat, that is a pretty dynamic duo, but it seems like Catching Freedom may not be a favorite according to a lot of those out there, although the resume certainly shows that he should be. We've seen the training sessions as well out here, the Japanese training sessions. They go out a little bit earlier. The normal running time was 7:30 in the morning, but they would go out 15 minutes earlier to train Forever Young. Mike, an opportunity for the Japanese horse here. Well, here's a history lesson. 40 years ago, Alphaville released the song Forever Young. The lyrics going, "Can you imagine when this race is won, turn our golden faces into the sun." Then, of course, Jay-Z releasing a remake of this song in 2009. Here in 2024, Forever Young the horse trying to make history for Japan. So a huge opportunity today for Forever Young to make history. The opening odds had Forever Young at 10-1. Ever since then, he's a favorite right now for a lot of people out there. As far as the odds have changed to 6-1. Mike, is that a fair buy at this time? I had Derma Sotogake last year. I was very confident in him. He had a very late start. Had a nice burst at the end, but not enough there to finish the race. Does that give you any sort of maybe insight as to what we may see today? John, I like the pick. I like the idea potentially of Anna Marie potentially being a sneaky pick here. Mike, when you look at Anna Marie, and we're going to do a little preview of this horse, a long shot, but maybe not the longest of shots.
Oh, sure.
Talk about the trainer as well, Whit Beckman. Just a few days ago, he was in the hospital. He was in the hospital for 5 days with rhabdomyolysis, and that's something that is a blood disorder. At the end of the day, he's able to make it to the Derby, but maybe not at his best health. John Velasquez gets to carry that burden as well. That's a great point there. This one is a 6.5 furlong race to open things up here. It is a maiden race as well. The purse, $120,000, and we did just have the call to post, so race time is in 6 minutes. So with that being said, no scratches, which was of course not the trend yesterday. We had scratches in every single race. None in this first race. Mike, take us through each of these horses heading into this one. Race number 2, it's a 1-mile race. The allowance optional claiming $80,000. The purse is $134,000. There are 2 scratches in this one. Out of the first post, it's Navy Goat, and out of the fourth post, Steel Racer. So those are your 2. With that being said, we still have a solid field here. Mike, take us through the 9 horses that will be in this race. Might be the chance actually to go for an exacta here if you feel confident in a second horse here with the field, but it feels like Skyla in a runaway. With that being said, we're just moments away from race number 2 taking place. We are going to send it over to Travis Stone. Race number 2, a mile long, the purse, $134,000. Race number 3 about to begin here. It's been a beautiful day at Churchill Downs. The track looks a lot better than it did a day ago. It was brutal yesterday, slop, but today, much better conditions. We've seen 2 great races, and our third on the way here. We're going to send it over to Travis Stone, race number 3, about to take place here at Churchill Downs.
Also back there, Anthem King.
One thing to keep an eye on for a very long shot would be Philo Di Ariana. Maybe could hit the board, but outside of that, he's got Notorious. I have got Cogburn, and we are headed to race number 5.
Cogburn scores by 2.5. Philo de Ariana was second. Mischief Magic was third. Coppola checks in fourth.
All right, there you have it. Cogburn wins it, and we're doing all right over here at the first turn. Cogburn is your winner. We'll have the payouts coming up later, but we're going to send it to the break. We will be right back. You're watching the Kentucky Derby official station right here on Wave. Alva Star is one that glared at me, but I'm actually going to go with not quite a long shot, but the same odds as what you're taking here with 3 Witches. 7-1 odds, taking Flavien Prat here. I like the top speed. The track is running much faster today. Obviously, the track itself is in much better condition today, going with speed. I think if you're looking at a very long shot, if you're still trying to play that card, we really haven't seen that go well today, Mike. You are watching the Kentucky Derby official station here on Wave. Dusty Baker here alongside Mike Hartnett. If you're just joining us, we've had a pretty good day over here on the first turn, Mike, and we're actually at our final race of the day before we hand it over to NBC National for the big race of the day, the Kentucky Derby. But before we do, we're on race number 7. It's a 1-mile turf race with Chili Flag and Cairo Concert. I think that Cairo Concert might be a safer one actually to hit the board. However, I like what I've been seeing all day today from Irad Ortiz in the saddle. He's had 3 wins already, and the fact that it's one of the Chad Brown horses, as you'd mentioned, I mean, I really like Chad Brown's odds of just simply winning this race. How can you not, right? But Irad Ortiz has been incredible all day, and on top of that, Chili Flag, the speed numbers continue to rise, and has won 2 of his last 3 races, and he's racing particularly well with Irad Ortiz. I'm going to go with Chili Flag. However, I do think that if you're looking at this race and you're going win, play, show, if you want another horse to hit the board, Cairo Concert definitely is one that appeals to me at this time. And you had mentioned Evie Jet's kind of more of an outlier in this one. Is this the time we're going to see a long shot, Mike? Because we just simply haven't been able to see them hit today. A key takeaway here, Mike, the horses have been healthy today. You know, the track has looked great. We've had the chance to see the track playing the way we wanted to, and of course, you look back to last year, and this was just not the storyline. So to transition as we get closer to Derby 150, to see the track really in such great condition, considering the circumstances of yesterday, this has been a fantastic day as we enter race number 7. But yeah, the track looks fantastic, Mike.
Chili Flag, the winner!
Chili Flag is your winner. You are watching the Kentucky Derby official station right here on Wave. We're going to take it to a break. We will be right back. So at the very start of the day, Mike Hartnett made a promise, and the promise was delivered. Bring it out.
Hey, this thing's getting heavy.
It's getting really heavy.
We're secure. We need security. We may need security to get out of here today.
I mean, honestly,
we filled it up.
It's heavy, and we're at a great pace right now to be able to finish the day even stronger. But I think we've won all but one race today.
Yeah, you've really caught fire the last 3 or 4 races.
Let's take a look at the payouts for you. If you followed our lead and went with Chili Flag, he wins $10.06. Place $4.52. Show $2.96. Coppice, $4.18. Place $3.02 for show. And then Delahaye gets you $4.04 for show. That is the last race that we can air here on Wave 3. That'll, of course, be with NBC National taking over as well. But I got to tell you, Mike, looking into the Derby, and we'll talk a little more about this in just a sec, you got to look at where these jockeys are placing. Irad Ortiz, 4 wins today already.